every piece of information that may affect real estate value. And then we use our AI team in order to extract insights and generate predictions based on this data. So everything from what will happen to the value of the asset, what will happen to the rent, to the occupancy, and so on. We started with, in the US, with multifamily asset class. We mapped all the multifamily assets in the US that has more than 50 units, which is about 400,000 different properties. And for each and every property, we have about 10,000 different data points, going back in time up to 50 years, depending on the data source and the property. So today we probably have the largest data set that exists in real estate. And then we use this data set for our AI efforts and for building the platform. And maybe the last thing before I'll show you, I'll just jump into the product and show it to you. Very important to understand our business model, because usually when people see the product or hear the pitch, the first thing that comes to mind is that we probably license the technology through a SaaS model or something like that. But in fact, the way we look at the product is that we're not trying to develop the Bloomberg of real estate, we're trying to develop the Renaissance of real estate. So we can't open our technology to external customers, but what we do is we partner with a group of select real estate players or investors. We build teams around this, and we form investment vehicles together that are using our technology. Actually, just this morning, we announced our first partnerships. Our first partnership that we established with DWS, a Deutsche Bank Investment Management. They manage $700 billion in alternative investments. So they joined the previous round that we completed in July. We left space for them in this round, so they joined. Okay, so immediately I can see, here for example, this is the current rent, and this is the prediction of what should or could be the rent. So I can see the value and potential, or how mismanaged the asset is today. I get information about the debt and recent transaction, current occupancy, and so on. Then unit mix table. So everything, what kind of units are, what are the sizes, what are the rents, and so on, including the historical data. Then demographics. So everything from population, median household income, rent to income ratio, 1 mile, 3 mile, 5 mile, again, including the historical data. Online presence, so everything we could gather online about the asset, everything from the information about the property, the owner, the manager. We collect tenant feedbacks from places like Google, Niche.com, apartment rating, rent.com. We create, so based on the tenant feedback, we create a tenant sentiment that also affect the prediction. School districts, so the designated schools of this specific asset, including their scores. Mobility score, how far is it, from the different categories, by walking, by bike, by public transportation, natural disasters, environmental hazards, and then the performance. So everything from effective rent and market rent and concession and occupancy and market rent growth and effective rent growth. And for each of those, I can see the property in blue compared to the market and the sub-market. And then I can see the historical data until the dotted line, and starting here is our prediction. So what we think will happen to the effective rent in the property and in the sub-market in this case, on the performance. And if we have like a value add plan and we expect a $500 premium, then we can instantly see that we're dreaming in this case. Okay, maybe 200 is more realistic, or 150. I can play with the filters to add or remove some assets. I can I can filter by radius and by zip code and neighborhood. I can look at the complete list of comparable assets, so take off assets that I don't think are comparables,